Oh, how's it going, everybody? Hope everyone's having a good day. MotardSteve here. And guys, I don't know why this happens, but it fucking happens. Don't ask me why. But it seems the shit has hit the fan, so to speak, in the motovlogging community. If you guys haven't been following the community, like on Twitter and shit, and you haven't been following a certain group of motovloggers, you probably might not know what I'm talking about, but chances are, I've seen enough people talking about it, you probably have an idea of what I'm talking about. So I'm not going to mention the smaller channel's name in this video, because the guy's already generated enough hate as it is. You know, there's been enough damage done, in my opinion. I don't want to exacerbate the situation, because I truly support the motovlogging community. I don't wish any ill will upon this guy, even though I don't necessarily agree with how he went about doing what he did. I mean, I can understand where he's coming from to an extent, but at the same time, I don't agree with how he went about it. So you might be asking yourself, what the hell am I talking about? So I'll give you the short version of it. Basically, a guy 6 months ago, we're just going to refer to him as Guy. But a guy 6 months ago created a series on his channel called Mototalks. It was basically this community-driven thing where people of the community could get together and talk about motorcycles, generate topics, stuff like that. And, you know, that's always a good thing. So anyway, this guy makes this series. It becomes pretty popular for him, pretty successful for his channel. You know, it nets him like around 800 subscribers or whatever. And, you know, a lot of people participate in it. And apparently him and some others had created this, and they had copywritten it, so he says, to keep other people from, I guess, stealing it or something, whatever. So he supposedly copyrights it. And, you know, like I said, it's successful for his channel, and it seems to be working. Then, Chase on Two Wheels, Walterific, and Motonosity, three very much bigger motovloggers, end up making something just somewhat similar that just so happens to have close to the same name, called Mototalk, no plural. And to me, in their defense, Mototalk is a pretty generic name to come up with. I mean, we are motovloggers. We ride motorcycles and fucking talk to ourselves and our perpetual audiences. So Mototalk seems like a pretty generic term to come up with. You know, it's motorcycle talk. You know, apparently this thing's headed off by Walterific, a guy that I'm subscribed to. I'm subscribed to everybody in this situation because I support the motovlogging community. I don't just support certain people I like to try to support the community as a whole the best way I can. Am I perfect at it? No, by no means, but that's what I strive to do. So they make this series, and, you know, at first, what's interesting is Guy was supportive of it. He was like, oh, they're talking about motorcycles, they're talking about the community, they're getting everyone involved, yada, 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 you know, this is a good thing. And he's fully supportive of it. He even commented himself on Walterific's first Moto Talk that, you know, he supports it. And it's all good in the neighborhood, you know, as Mr. Rogers would say. So fast forward about 2 weeks ahead, and all of a sudden, this guy's not okay with it. He's like, fuck you guys, literally. In this video, he says, fuck you guys. And, you know, he's not okay with it. He says they're thieves. They stole his idea. They're trying to profit off his success. And that, you know, he says he's tried contacting them, and, you know, he's gotten no response, so he was forced to do this. And the video itself is, what the fuck are you doing? The video itself is, you know, it's kind of brought about in a immature way. You know, you can hate me for saying that, but that's my opinion. It's kind of brought about in a somewhat immature way, especially the end where he's like, fuck you guys. He blames them for stealing his shit, and part of me is like, well, why would you think that? And this is why I say that. The guy has 800 subscribers, which is pretty good. I have 900. I started motovlogging about the same time he did, and the reason why I bring this up is not to brag or not to like gloat, but I've got more subscribers than this guy just doing fucking whatever, just getting on my bike and talking about shit. I don't have some fancy IP or series that I do. Why in the hell would C2Dub, Motonosity, or Walterific want to steal this guy's idea to profit off of it if their channels are literally like hundreds of times bigger in subscriber count, view count, all that stuff than this guy's? It doesn't make a lick of sense. And what another interesting thing about the whole thing is frickin' Motonosity even comments on the guy's video and was like, hey man, I private messaged you, I think we should talk about this. You know, let's sort this out, let's talk about this like adults, yada yada yada. And guy basically says, nah man, there's nothing to talk about. He says there's nothing to talk about, blah blah blah, and basically goes on this big like rant. And Motonosity's like, okay dude, if that's how you feel, but you know, my offer still stands. You know, we can still talk. And you know, that's kind of funny. That's funny to me because if truly these three guys did this to gain some success out of it or to benefit from it, why the hell would Motonosity, out of all three of them, be the one that comes to the channel and publicly comments like, hey man, let's talk about this, let's sort this out? And the reason why I bring that up is because out of all three of them, Motonosity has the lowest sub count. Not that it means he's no better than the other two, but statistically speaking, he has the lower sub count. So if anyone was going to benefit from this whole plot to steal his series, it would be Motonosity. So I found that kind of funny. So, you know, like I said, I'm not here to take sides. I'm not here to, you know, cause a divide in the motovlogging community, because let's face it, that's already kind of happened. And that's the whole point of this video, is to show you guys that shit like this is not good for the community. It fucking isn't. Because look what happened. Walterific's fans, Chase's fans, Motonosity's fans all went to Guy's video and just basically put so many hate comments on it, disliked it. You know, the guy probably tarnished his reputation in those people's eyes. And you know, the whole thing causes a civil war effect in the community, because now you've got opposing sides and shit, and the fucking community just doesn't need that. And it profounds me how the community, or people in the community, have not fucking learned this lesson already. I mean, if we go back a good couple years, you know, you'll remember the TheGardenSnake and Downshift 83 beef or whatever that caused some shit. And what happened from that? Fucking Jake's fans went to Downshift's videos and channel and trolled the shit out of it. And Jake even said himself, you know, in retrospect, I look back, that was probably a bad move, because that's not what I wanted. Basically, he just wanted to clear his name, and he's seen that, oh shit, this turned into something else. And it's just surprising how Guy didn't think that, oh hey, is this good for the community? Nah, fuck it, I'm pissed off. Because, you know, I've been in the same situation. My last band, I was literally forced out of it because of creative differences. And I was pissed off. And I made a fucking video telling everyone exactly how pissed off I was. And then about 2 weeks later, I looked back at that video and said, wow, I just made a fucking ass of myself on the fucking internet. And, you know, I fucking deleted it, took it down, and put a video up going, hey, you know, my bad. I was pissed off. You know, this is what happened, and this is why I was so pissed off. You know, my bad. You know, I support the band and their future endeavors, yada, yada, yada. What really bothers me is that these three individuals, Chase, Walter, and Motonosity, all have P.O. boxes. All publicly displayed P.O. boxes. I mean, it would have took nothing for this guy to send Motonosity or Chase or Walter a letter saying, hey man, I feel like you guys are stealing my thing. I feel like you guys are stealing my IP, my intellectual property. You know, can we talk about this? Can you guys like change the name at least? Yada, yada, yada. Which, I'll add, they have. Walter posted a video saying he was going to change it because of the whole mess or whatever. And it's like, why the fuck couldn't you just do that in the first place? Why couldn't you just talk to people? Why make this big public video that really, honestly, to me, just seems like a publicity stunt to try to get more attention to his channel? Which, I mean, hate me for saying that if you want, but that's literally what it seems like. So the moral of the fucking story that I'm trying to get to is we don't need this kind of negative bullshit, picking sides and shit in the motovlogging community. What we need is a unified community of people that support everyone and not a bunch of fucking crybabies, basically, that want to bitch and moan over a bunch of stupid shit that doesn't really fucking matter. Because, I mean, think about it. This is the way I see it. So really, if they really were trying to steal this guy's, you know, intellectual property or his thing, why the fuck does it matter so much? It's not the first time the community has did something similar to this. I mean, I think it's all just a big fucking coincidence, but think about it. Even if it was on purpose, let's think about this for a second. Royal Jordanian started the whole daily observations. Now, how many fucking vloggers do that now? Plenty of them. But is he bitching? As far as I know, no. Let's look at Jake TheGardenSnake, who started doing Supermoto Sundays. How many other Supermoto vloggers do you know that post videos that say Supermoto Sunday? I don't see Jake TheGardenSnake fucking bitching about it. This fucking person's stupid. They need to turn their fucking blinker off. But let's look at another one. Downshift83, as far as to my knowledge, was the first motovlogger to feature something else on his channel other than a motorcycle. You know, his big-ass lifted modded truck. And then, you know, Motonosity has his Jeep now that he has on his channel from time to time. Do It With Dan has his new Camaro, and his, you know, he used to have his BMW. But I don't see either of them going at each other's throats going, hey, man, you took my fucking idea, man. I'm gonna fucking sue the shit out of you. You see where I'm coming from this? It's just fucking retarded. So, you know, let me know what you guys think about this, you know. Let me know your comments, concerns, and opinions. You know, let me know if you think I'm a dickhead for even making this video. And, you know, give me some hate if you want to, because let's face it, I had a pretty rough childhood, so I've got thick skin. I can fucking take it. And if you did enjoy the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you like my other videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!